Hello and compliments of the season. It's that time of the year where I like to just sit down and take some tips on how I can succeed in the upcoming year. Like, this year has not been too bad, but honestly I can do better. So that's the aim, to do better in an upcoming year. And right now I'm trying to just take down one or two tips on how to be a better person in 2023, especially on how to succeed. Who doesn't like success? It's good, especially when you have worked hard for it legitimately. So that's just what I'm trying to do. Put some notes, put some points, and see how I can work on it, see how I can follow it, see how I can upgrade myself, see how I can be a better person, see how I can be successful. I like that word success. It means a lot to me. So I'm trying as much as possible to, work on myself. Well, I know there is no manual on how we live this life. There is actually no manual on how we execute our day-to-day activities. But like the saying goes, the way you make your bed is the way you lie on it. So I'm actually trying to make my bed now so that I would not lie on a spiky bed in future. And what am I trying to say? I'm trying right now to water my garden so that tomorrow I will be able to pluck fruits and not weeds from them. Success is actually not an easy route. It's not easy to be successful. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of consistency. I cannot emphasize this particular one. It takes a whole lot of consistency. You have to be consistent at what you do to be successful. So in other words, success is not for lazy people. Anyway, I'm not saying I'm perfect in trying to execute my success mission, but I'm trying to correct all the wrongs I have made in the past, because definitely I have made mistakes. I have made mistakes in my life. I have made mistakes and I have learned from them, and I do not wish to toe in that path again, because mistakes are costly. It's a whole waste of time, waste of energy, waste of money if money is involved, waste of so many things. Well, I'm not saying that mistakes can be eradicated like that, but yeah, you will definitely see them from time to time. But what makes you stand out is your ability to be able to correct those mistakes and move on with life as if it never happened. How far a toxic situation can affect your plans, affect your dreams, your visions, and even affect your motivation when you are thinking of making it big, when you're dreaming big, when you have a picture on your mind, you have a focus, you have a destination where you want to get to in the course of your journey, your success journey, and then you find yourself mingling in the midst of toxicity, be it from friends, from your relationship, from your family, from your co-workers, whoever it is. It has its negative impacts in your success journey. It can have a way of determining how far you can go successfully. There are a lot of people that words break them easily. Words can actually make or mar your mental states. So imagine when you're trying or you're thinking of doing something, you're thinking of creating ideas, you're thinking of executing the ideas you've created, you're just thinking of how to make it, how to break that chain, or rather that yoke of stress, of struggling, of stagnation, and you want to be successful, and you find yourself engulfed in a bubble of toxicity. I tell you, you can't make it, because it's going to affect you. It's going to slow down your mental capacity. You will not be able to reason properly. You cannot be able to concentrate properly. And once you cannot concentrate and reason, once you cannot put yourself together, I say you will definitely struggle to be successful. Yeah, so these are my own tips. These are just my own. I do this every end of the year. I try as much as possible to put some points down, some points I expect to guide me through the year, some points I expect to work with throughout the year, some points that I expect to work on, like especially if there are points, or rather if there are aspects of my life that I'm already doing but I'm not doing well. I just try to make an assessment of what I have done all through the year, both the ones I did well and the ones I did not do well. And the ones I did not do well, I work on it. The ones I do well on it, I just walk by. I just pat myself on the back for a job well done, and I keep moving. But the ones I do not do well are the ones I focus on, so that I can become a better person every year. Now, to succeed in this life is harder than you can imagine. It's hard in every sense of it, because honestly, no genuine success comes overnight. For you to get to the top of whatever it is you have in mind, you really have a lot of work to do. You really have a lot of determination to put into consideration. You really have to brace up for the challenges that will come with it, and the challenges comes in different forms. The most annoying part of the challenges you face when you come to this point in your life is challenges from people. The ones that will always want to make you feel like you're not doing well enough, or you are not trying your best, or they just want to put you down for no reason. Those are the ones you should actually develop a thick skin to, because you will see them. They come in different forms, so you will definitely see them in one way or the other. It's all about you developing a thick skin. That's the first point in everything you need to do in life. If you are, as long as you have that yearning to succeed, you should just be prepared for people who did not expect you to get there, or who do not expect you to become something in life. Be prepared for them to come for you. So you should just be prepared to develop a thick skin to weather the challenges that will come in the course of your journey to success. Another thing is, do not be afraid of trying new things. I for one, I used to be very skeptical when it comes to trying out new ideas, trying out new methods, new processes, because I'm a kind of person that I'm just used to my comfort zone, if you know what I mean. Like, if I'm doing something and I have a particular process of doing that thing, I just want to stick to it. I just want to keep going. I don't want to make changes, because I just feel like making changes might bring some mistakes, and then I just want to stay where I am on what I am used to. But at a point, I just made it a point of duty to change, because the only constant thing in life is change. Where's my pen? The only constant thing in life is change. That's the only time. Even successful people, the very successful, well-to-do people, they keep changing constantly. They try out new methods, they try out new activities, new adventures, and they're not scared to fail, because they believe that when they fail, they learn a lesson or two from it, and they keep going. And another one is avoid words of discouragement. It still boils down to the toxicity of people. When you're trying to make a head through in whatever it is you're doing to be successful, people are definitely going to come and throw in one word or the other, like, are you sure this thing you're doing is going to be successful? Are you sure you're not making a mistake? Are you sure you can do this? This is hard work. This is this. Sometimes they do these things because either they have failed at it when they tried it in their own time, and they don't expect you to go ahead with it, being that they have failed in it before, or they see you as a threat. They see the potentials in you succeeding at that very thing. So they think that when you go ahead and do it, you will succeed. You will break through. So they don't want to. They want you to remain at the level. They want you to remain where they are, or they want you to remain where you have always been. So they try as much as possible to give you those words of discouragement. And it will surprise you to know the danger of words. The words of the mouth are very powerful. If you use them negatively, they will definitely destroy you or whoever you're using those words against. So be very careful what your ears listen to. And then failure is not an excuse to remain grounded. That's what I keep telling myself. Like, I fail once, I fail twice, I fail 3 times, doesn't mean I'm going to remain there. Each time I fail at something, I try as much as possible to go back to that very thing, look through it, see where I failed, see where I made mistakes, and then I work on those failures, and it will not happen the next time I try it again. But when you fail at something, it's very easy for you to fail and moan and give up. But after that, what are you supposed to do? Stand up, dust your ass, and move on. Another thing I want to do next year, 2023, is to read, is to make research. Because I've come to understand the power of digging deep. When I mean digging deep, the power of reading. There's a lot of secrets that lies in books, be it your hard copy or be it on online books, whatever. And then making research, asking questions. What you don't know is greater than you. So I've made it a point of duty to, at least every day of my life, try to research on one new topic. Try to research on one thing I have no idea about, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Read up on it and know what it's all about. Know what it entails. Know what is hidden from me. And then I gain that extra knowledge. I add it to whatever I have already. And that makes me a bit higher than where I was yesterday. It takes me a step further than where I was. It's all part of your success journey. The next point I'm going to be hammering on, because honestly, I don't know how one can succeed if you do not walk in the footsteps of successful people, if you do not emulate successful people. And that is just simply emulating successful people. What is it they do that is so thick about them, that makes them thick? What is that thing they do? What is that thing they like to do? What are their hobbies? How do they invest? How do they save? What is it? You know, at some point, I decided to pick on one particular man and study his ways. I decided to find out everything I could about him, because I found out that his story was very intriguing. And after reading about him, I was moved. I said to myself, I want to be successful. I want my name to be heard, you know. I want to leave my footprints. And then people will see it and say, oh yes, we know about this girl. We used to hear about her. Oh yes, she's a very great person. She's a great author. She's a great artist. She's a great this. She's very good in what she does. She's a great motivational speaker. She's this, she's that. I want to be heard for that. I want to be known for that. I don't just want to live my life on this earth and disappear like I never existed. I really want to, yeah. So the more you learn about successful people, the more you want to be like them. And then, you know, when I was researching about successful people, what they do, how they do things, and everything about them, I discovered that their ways of life are just quite different from every other person's. Every other struggling person, every other person that is not yet successful, is like just two parallel lines. I got to know how the rich and the successful people, how they save, how they invest, how they make research. Successful people do not stop reading. They do not stop asking questions. They don't think, oh, because I have arrived, or because I'm now rich, or because I'm now wealthy, or because I'm now there, then yeah, I know it all. That's the most funny part of their lifestyles, you know. It's even people that are not successful that are very, very proud, and they have this I know it all attitude. They don't want to learn, they don't want to develop themselves. But it will interest you to know that the lifestyle of a successful man is far different from the lifestyle of a man who is not anywhere near success. And the difference between the both of them are menial things you just look at and you think it doesn't make sense, or things you just look at and you think, please just forget about that. They're little things, ranging from how long a successful man sleeps, when he wakes up in the morning, what he eats healthy, how he exercises, he tries to stay fit. In terms of making research, he is always trying to upgrade, trying to teach himself new things. In terms of spending, shopping, they are still very, 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 when it comes to spending, I have discovered that successful people don't throw out money. They don't really throw money into the air as much as unsuccessful people do. I'm not saying they don't enjoy life, but no, they do not waste it, because they believe that the money they could spend in wasting on unnecessary items, they could invest that money into something. That's how they reason, and that's how I want to start to reason. And then also I want to start to invest more than I save. Like the idea of dishing money into the bank, keeping it up there for the banks to use and do their own transactions is a no-no, and I think I will have to end it soon. I'm not saying I'm not going to save, I'm not going to put money in the account in my bank, or I'm not going to save money in the banks anymore, no, but I will learn to invest more than I save. I will learn to double that money. If I have some careless money here and there, instead of me to go and keep it in the bank and just stash it away for the banks to use, I will invest that money, try as much as possible to double or triple it. Then whatever profit I make from it, fine, I could actually put it in the bank, save it towards one thing or the other. But the main aim is investing more than I save. That's just my little 2023 plan for now. Things could change. Like I said earlier, the only constant thing in life is change. Things could change from time to time. I could remove some of the stuffs I have put on the list. I could add something new. I could tweak it here and there. I could just do one or two amendments, but I will try as much as possible to stick to my initial plan from now. That's why I decided to make this plan from the very beginning, even before I get into the new year. Thank you very much for watching. So if anything I have mentioned in this video makes sense to you and you think it could do a thing or two in your life in terms of being successful, do not fail, do not be afraid to try it out. Thank you very much for watching, and have a blissful 2023. Ciao.